Jack, thanks for joining us, and
worries,
massive
mate.
congratulations. You
Thank
must be
you.
thrilled. Second half hat-trick, 4-2 victory. Tell us your thoughts.
I'm absolutely buzzing. I mean, I would never ever thought that I would ever get a hat-trick in my life, to be honest with you, at Hassocks. So, I mean, it was so sweet obviously from an individual standpoint, but actually the way that I think about it, to be very honest with you, I couldn't really care at all about individual accolades, even to an extent performances sometimes, because all we care about is points. And yes, it's nice, but just throw that all to one side. All we care about is collecting points now, and that's the most important thing. We're so delighted with that, but I don't know if the next question is going to come in terms of how we're going to move forward. But we came to that dressing room afterwards, obviously very happy, right? Because I hope this turns the tide, but it's just full focus on Saturday now. We have to back it up. It's the only way. And when we put performances in like that, we owe it to ourselves to make sure we can back it up, get a performance Saturday, and just string a few games in, because there's loads left. It's all in our hands still, in my opinion. And a performance like tonight shows it, I think. So it's so important, but obviously delighted.
Yeah, absolutely. And half time, 1-0 up.
Yeah.
Was the dressing room a little bit nervous being 1-0 up, because we've fell short in the second half at that scoreline quite a few times, but you got the second goal.
You bang on, and it's funny, I think in the dressing room after the Merstham game, Lewis made a fair point and a good point, and he must have had the stats ready for it, but obviously we didn't want that to happen. I think that was like the 9th or 10th time where we've been 1-0 up and haven't collected points, or maybe collected a point and not won the game, which is obviously such a disappointing stat, to be honest with you. So we said in the dressing room, I think it went the other way. We were so motivated to make sure we went and get a second, we got a third, because we knew, look, we'd like to keep clean sheets, of course, but we kind of knew we had to go on, put our foot to the throttle and try and get another one. And thankfully we did. And to get that cushion, I think particularly when it went to 3-1 was so important for us, to be honest with you, because obviously it was disappointing to concede that first goal when we went 2-0 up, but we showed a lot of good. Well, the mentality is the most important thing, in my opinion. To be able to get that third shows we can really put our foot to the throttle in the most important situations, and we need to take that forward. It's the most important thing.
Yeah, definitely. I remember the Erith game, once the second goal came, you really saw the confidence start to grow in the squad, and I think that happened again today, despite conceding a second goal, but really dominant second half performance. And it shows what the squad's capable of, and what a bit of confidence can do, and a bit of fire in the belly.
I think you bang on, actually, and you make a good point about that Erith game. We need to look back at those sort of games and look at games like tonight. Obviously we'd like to keep clean sheets, of course, because it makes our lives a lot easier, but look, that doesn't happen, particularly in this league where it's just ridiculously competitive. Every game you play, you know you're going to have to give 100%. And as I said, now we've had these previous experiences like Erith, like tonight, where we can really, as I said, say if we go a goal down, at least we know we can get back into it. We have that belief. We need to make sure that we continue that, and we really earmarked tonight as the one, particularly after that Merstham game, where I think we were deflated, because I think if you look back at that, I don't know what Blakey said in his post-match, but obviously you look at the games where we've lost, where we've gone 1-0 up, and I think we've actually thrown it away ourselves, and I think we've been really disappointed in ourselves. But the Merstham game, I actually thought we were quite unlucky. I thought our performance was really good for 85, 90 minutes. And we've taken that on tonight, which is really good. Obviously go 1-0 up, a little bit like, okay, we can't do this again. And we proved against a good side that we can get a result now. So, and it's crunch time, so it's the perfect time to do it. It really is.
Yeah, absolutely. And starting at number 10 today, do you think that's something you'll implicate moving forward?
Look, obviously, I think, as the lads know, I don't care where I am, from goalkeeper where I've been before, all the way up to number 100. I couldn't care less. Whatever the lads and the management team want me to do, I will do it. As I said, the most important thing is the result, and is the club moving forward. And I've always stressed that since being here. Like, I absolutely love this club to bits, and I think we deserve to be where we are in this division. I think we're not punching above the weight where we should be. We obviously should be higher up the table. We believe that, and I think results like that show it, when we can score a few more goals and put our chances away. I really think that we are a club that should be in this division. We're so well run from the back room to the fans to the management team and to the group of lads we've got in the dressing room. We're such an epic bunch, and I just hope tonight is that turning point for us. It really is.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking ahead to Saturday, back at home, back at home Saturday. after a really great result, after a few away games as well. It'd be nice to come back home, and confidence must be high. And it's funny what a result like that can do. You know, some of the league games in the table have gone our favour tonight, and suddenly it looks a lot brighter and a lot more confident in the group.
You bang on, and I think what I try to do, I know it's difficult, I try and not look at the table, to be very honest, because I believe it's still very much so in our hands. There's so many games left, and I actually think, I know we've got a tough run, and you look at our end of the season, it's quite tough, but I think, as I said, every game's so competitive that I don't really mind what side we come up against, to be very honest with you. I really believe, particularly at home, we can pick up points. So, as I said, we've got, 8 games left. I think just got to give everything we can, continue, obviously take that momentum on 100%. That's the most important thing. And as I said, look, the people that came tonight that supported us, again, I think when I joined the club, it was funny, obviously we had good numbers and I valued it so much, but particularly in periods like this, they massively help it. It's so great to go over and celebrate with them. It means everything, and without them, as I said, it wouldn't be what it's like at the moment. And I love being at Hassocks. I love this division. I love the club. So long may it continue.
Yeah, and finally, how will you be celebrating your hat-trick? You're going to have a beer in a minute?
Oh, it's a Tuesday night. I've got a new job. I might have a lucky one, that's for sure. And then back to the grind tomorrow, training Thursday, and we crack on for Saturday.